Very good morning, everyone. Can you please confirm if the audio and video is clear to everyone? Can you
Yes,
please
sir.
confirm if the audio and video is clear?
Yes.
Wonderful. Just allow me a moment. Wonderful. So, first of all, welcome to the first class of ACCA SBR batch that will be applicable for December 23 and March 24 examinations. Okay. And beyond that as well, very well applicable. Okay. If there are any changes in the syllabus, definitely we'll cover that by way of amendment lectures. Okay. Now, so, but before we proceed with the classes, let me give you a brief introduction about myself. Okay, myself CA Vishal Jain. Okay, also I have cleared the ACCA papers which I teach. Okay, now that is ACCA FR and SBR paper. Okay, now also I was a global rank holder in ACCA FR and post qualification of my CA, I used to work with KPMG India as well as KPMG Dubai. Okay, now, and it is after that I took a decision to quit my job and then start teaching. Okay, so it's around 2+ years of my teaching experience in ACCA. Now, so this is all about myself. Definitely I would like to know about you guys as well. So now what happens in every SBR batch, there are always three set of students, okay, which I find. One who is coming from ACCA financial reporting route, the another one who is coming from the CA route, meaning thereby they have appeared in the CA, okay, might be financial reporting, they have cleared CA and appeared CA financial reporting, okay, and then coming to the SBR batch. Okay, and another set of students who is coming from the graduation route. So can you please divide yourself in these three routes, all of you, 1, 2 and 3. One is from the ACCA FR route, meaning thereby you have appeared ACCA FR, group number 1. Group number 2, you have appeared CA final FR, okay, and group number 3, any others. Can you please divide yourself in the groups? Okay, so one person please vote only once, not twice. Okay, so okay, good. So there's a mix of all the students. Quite good, quite good. As I was noticing in the group also, the number of students coming from the CA final route are quite very high, and it's good. It's good. Okay, fine. There's an around, I think, equal mix for all the students. Okay, wonderful. Now, another thing I'll say that please don't think of me as your educator. Please think of me as your friend. I will sincerely request you, all of you, okay? And in the class, don't think that I am delivering the lectures. Just think that we are discussing the concepts, okay? So whatever queries you have, whatever points you have, without any hesitation, please put in the chat box, all of you, okay? So that the discussion that we do, the classes that we have, that happens, okay? It should be a healthy discussion, not only me delivering the lectures to you guys, okay? Because SBR paper is all about discussions, is all about logic, is all about justifications. Okay, now it is not like a normal accounting paper that you would have done in CA final financial reporting or ACCA financial reporting or any other financial reporting papers. Okay, it is totally different from that. Okay, so now you might think of that the concepts, definitely underlying concept is definitely IFRS, or in CA final you would have studied Ind AS, right, or any local standards. Okay, but definitely the underlying is the same, but the approach of the paper is totally different from what you would have studied in ACCA financial reporting paper or what you have studied in CA financial reporting. Okay, so approach is altogether different. Okay, definitely if you have the concepts in your mind for those papers, it will be an added advantage for you. It will really help you in easy understanding of the topics, but that will not help you just pass the exam. Just having that knowledge will not help you in the passing the exams. You need to understand the approach of the paper. That is quite very important. Okay, now to understand the approach, first of all we need to understand the paper. Okay, so the paper, as you can see in the screen, that the syllabus is divided into 5 parts. And what are the 5 parts? See, the 5 parts are: part A, financial reporting framework. Do you know what is a framework? I'll just give you a brief introduction about each and everything. Do you know what is a framework? Anyone who knows it? What is a framework?
It is any kind of a document which is prepared for the company on the basis of
As I
its
mentioned it right now, that we have to discuss in the class, right? Don't think your answer is right or your answer is wrong. You have to discuss more like a map. Okay, Renuka? Good. Anyone else? Come on, guys. We studied framework in ACCA FR also. We studied framework in CA final FR also. We studied framework everywhere. It's a
Guidelines.
presentation.
Guidelines, basis
No,
of preparation.
no, Tej. It's not about the presentation. It's not about the presentation. It's about something else. Guys, all of you, please put yourself on mute. Please put yourself on mute. All of you, please put yourself on mute. We will discuss through chat box only. Okay, we'll discuss through chat box only. Now, Neeraj is saying which gives basis for accounting standards. Very good, Neeraj. Guidelines. Very good, Babita. So understand. Basically, the framework are the governing law. Like for India, we have the constitution, right? Now, this constitution of India becomes the base for setting up any law in India, right? Like for, in every religion, we do have the basic framework. Like Quran is for Islam, right? You can say Gita is for Hinduism, Bible is for Christianity, right? So basically, for each religion, we have the framework. For each country, we have the constitution, right? Similarly, for each IAS, for basically for Indias or for IAS or for IFRS, we have the framework which sets the tone, of the IAS. Okay, which sets the basically the base of the standard. Now this framework basically helps the standard setter in setting up any new standards. This framework helps the industries or the accountants to take the accounting treatment for any transaction for which there is no accounting standard. Understand that this world is growing rapidly, right? This world is growing rapidly. It is evolving every single day, right? And it is not practically possible that for each transaction that a company enters into, there will be a separate IFRS on that. No, it will not be the case. Tell me, do we have any IFRS on cryptocurrency so far? Tell me, do we have any separate IFRS on cryptocurrency so far? Cryptocurrency was evolving, right? Though it has been banned so far, right, in India. But now tell me, come on, guys. There is no regulation in India, but tell me, there is any standard on cryptocurrency? No, there is no IFRS on that. So is it the case that if any company like Tesla enters into a transaction in the form of cryptocurrency, he will not do the accounting standard accounting treatment? No, they will do the accounting treatment. How? They will take the help of framework. They will take the help of framework and then do the accounting treatment. Okay, so the only thing which I'm trying to say here is the framework sets the base for all the IFRS. Okay, then comes understanding of IFRS. So in this understanding of IFRS, we'll be discussing about multiple IFRS. Okay, we'll be discussing about multiple IFRS. Now, when we'll discuss about multiple IFRS, like for example non-current assets, like for example revenue, like for example leases, like for example impairment of assets. Okay, and there are multiple standards like this. You can say financial instruments. But when we'll study the IFRS, you will find one confusion. All of you will have one confusion. Sometimes I will write IAS and sometimes I will write IFRS. Anyone knows the difference between IAS and IFRS? Anyone who knows the difference between IAS and IFRS? Come on, guys, tell me. Anyone who knows the difference between IAS and IFRS? Both are same? No, they both are not same. Both are not same. No, Raksha, it's not Indian accounting standards. No, no. So basically, what happens? IAS, the full form is International Accounting Standards. IFRS, the full form is International Financial Reporting Standards. Now, IAS was set primarily, okay, previously. After that, as the world is changing, as the world is evolving, as the world is growing rapidly, okay, the standard setters found a need for a change in the standards. Now the change can be minor, the change can be major. If it was understood that the change required is a minor change, they changed in the IAS itself. Okay. Now, if they thought the change required is a major change, then they discarded the IAS for that particular transaction, and they evolved a new standard called as IFRS. Like for example, for revenue, there was a IAS 11 and IAS 18. It was discarded and IFRS 15 was made. Like for example, leases, earlier it was IAS 17 which was discarded, now IFRS 16 was made. Okay, so similarly, what happens for each and every transactions, what happens if there is a need for a major change in the standard, then the IAS gets discarded for the transaction and IFRS is brought in. Okay, so this is the only difference between IAS and IFRS. Okay, collectively we will call it as IFRS only, but when I say IFRS, don't think that I am talking only about IFRS. I am talking about IFRS and IAS both. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? Okay, now part C is group accounting. So group accounting is also a part of IAS and IFRS itself, but I am writing it separately, and the standards and the examiner has also mentioned it separately because it is a separate topic as well. Okay, now part D is interpretation of financial statements. Now, this part D, that is interpretation of financial statements, is not something which is given in the standards. No, no. Rather, it is you can say analysis of the financial statements in issue. Okay, how exactly to be done? For the students who has come from the ACCA FR route, definitely they will be aware of it. For the students who was coming from the, you can say, CA final route or any other route, you might not be aware of it, but just to give you a brief understanding about it, interpretation of financial statements, basically the simple meaning of it is we have to analyze the financial statements and arrive at a conclusion. Okay, arrive at a conclusion. Now, the analysis can be in the form of previous year versus current year. The analysis can be in the form of current year financials versus what is the industry, what is the sector. Okay, current year financials versus what was the sector averages. Okay, so the analysis can be in any form. The analysis can be in any forms. Okay, now this analysis which I have discussed right now was a part of the ACCA FR part. Okay, now in ACCA SBR, we'll discuss a high, you can say, advanced version of this interpretation of what we discussed in ACCA FR, advanced version of it. And the name of that will be called as additional performance measures. Additional performance measures. Okay, so it will not be called as interpretation of financial statements, rather it will be called as APM, additional performance measures. Okay, now part E are other chapters, like for example ethics. Now in ACCA FR or CA final FR or any other way which you have come on, see, definitely we studied about accounting there. We studied about accounting, how a particular transaction is to be accounted for. But in ACCA SBR, the examiner not only wants you to understand the accounting treatment, but also wants expects two things from you. The examiner expects two additional things from you. First point, he expects you to analyze the standards. He expects you to analyze the standards, okay? Not for what is written in the standard, but also for what is a mistake in the standard, or how that standard can be improved in a better manner, considering the general industry practices as of now, considering the framework. Okay, so there might be a case that the framework is saying something else, but the standard is saying something else. Okay, so they are in conflict with each other. Now you have to identify this area of conflict and assess which one is correct, assess which one is more correct, and you have to give your logic for that. Okay, so now in ACCA FR, okay, and in CA final FR, okay, or any other course, you would have studied what is the accounting treatment of a particular transaction. You would have studied what is a framework. Now in ACCA SBR, you will require the knowledge of both accounting treatment and the framework, and then assess it together and see how they are together going, if they are in line with each other or they are in conflict with each other. This is what you have to do in ACCA SBR paper. Then comes ethics. So the second expectation from the examiner, the second expectation is not only he wants you to understand the accounting treatment, but also the examiner wants you to understand what is the ethical accounting, and is the industry doing the accounting ethically or not, or the industry is finding the loopholes in the standard and doing unethical accounting. Okay, so we have to identify those areas as well. Okay, so these three are the expectations of the examiner from you. Basically, the three expectations are: understand the accounting treatment, compare it with the framework, okay, then communicate it to the investors. Okay, then the third one is assess whether it is ethical or not. So these are the three basic expectations of examiner from you guys. Is that clear to all of you? Tell me, guys, is that clear to all of you? Anyone having any concerns, any queries? Now, see, this is what the ACCA SBR has provided us, that this is the course structure. But our course structure will be a little bit different. How? This is how our course structure will go. This will be our course structure. So we will be dividing our entire SBR course into four blocks. Now, block one will be non-current assets, leases, impairment of assets, and revenue. Block 2 will be financial instruments, share-based payments, employee benefits, income taxes, provisions, and events after the reporting date. Block 3 will be group accounting, foreign exchanges, and non-current assets held for sale and discontinued operations. Block 4 will be ethics, additional performance measures, framework, current issues, and other miscellaneous topics. Now, what is the meaning of current issues? The examiner not only has three expectations, but additionally, he has one more expectation. I will write all the expectations. of the examiner from you guys. Don't worry at the end, okay? But understand now, what is the expectation of the examiner? The examiner also expects you to that the examiner says that, see, boss, you have already understood the accounting treatment of all the particular transactions, okay? Now, this is a current ongoing issue in the market. Like, for example, a few years back, not few, you can say 1 or 2 years back, there was COVID, right? COVID was there in the market. Right now, examiner also wanted to see that applying the current standards in practice, how will the COVID impact the accounting treatment? So this is called a current issue. Now, again, till previous year also, cryptocurrency was a very big thing in the market. Cryptocurrency was a very big thing in the market. Now, the examiner also wants you to understand that how will the cryptocurrency be accounted for, considering your knowledge of the already issued standards. Okay. So now see, current issue is not teaching you anything new. Current issue is not teaching you anything new. The current issue is just trying to explain you how the current ongoing issues in the market will be accounted for as per the standards already in issue. Okay. So if let's suppose there are a particular set of standards that are already issued in the market. Now, considering those standards, how will a current ongoing issue be accounted for? That is the requirement of current issue. Okay. So basically, the examiner wants you to be a real world ready. Okay. Now, when you clear ACCA SBR and go for a job or any particular industry, the examiner wants you to be industry ready. Okay. Now, when you go for a job or any other you can say field, the examiner wants you that you should be practically ready to understand each and everything. You should not have only theoretical knowledge of the standards. You should also know how to apply these standards in the real world. And that is the only requirement of current issue. How to apply these standards in the real world. Is that clear, everyone? Okay, so that's the reason why I have kept current issue at the end. Why? First of all, we have to understand all the accounting treatments, and then we will discuss about the current ongoing issues and discuss about the application or the treatment of those current issues ongoing in the market. Now, the last point comes other miscellaneous topics. The other miscellaneous topics includes the topics like segment reporting, interim reporting, IAS 8, 1 and 8. 1 deals with presentation, 8 deals with accounting policies, estimates, and okay. Now, then related party transactions, inventories, government grants, agriculture, fair value measurement, and cash flow statements. Okay. Now, these topics, okay, I can cover as part of any blocks. Okay, these topics I can cover as part of any blocks as per my availability on in the any class. Okay, as per my availability in any block. Okay, I will cover these topics. It can be covered. I can write here. It can be covered as part of any block. Okay, that is block 1, block 2, block 3, or block 4. Now, but before I move further, tell me any student here who has selected ACCA SBR UK version? Anyone who has selected ACCA FR UK version? Or all of you are international version? Just type, just comment yes if you have selected UK version. Otherwise, no need to comment. Okay. No, if you have selected international, no need to comment. If you have selected UK version, please comment. Okay. Ideally, all of you need to select international version only. Okay. So now, but if you have selected UK version, please do let me know. Okay. If there is one student also who has selected UK version, then at the end, I will take one class. I will take one class after completing my entire syllabus. Okay. I will take one class for the UK version. Okay, wherein I will tell you how the paper strategy will change. Okay, there's nothing major in the UK version. Whatever is there, I will teach you guys that also. Okay, no need to worry about that. No need to worry about that. Okay, Mayur, before selecting UK version, you have to discuss that with me. Okay, if anyone wants to select UK version, please discuss that with me beforehand. Okay, no worries, no worries. Okay, so I will write here itself. I will write here itself UK version difference. UK version I also will be part of block 4 itself. Okay, this is what I have written now. Exam pattern. Exam pattern. So the exam pattern will be divided, the exam question paper will be divided into 4 questions, okay, and 2 sections, section A and section B. Now, as part of section A, you will have 2 questions. You will see 2 questions, question number 1 and question number 2. Okay, and as part of section number B, you will face again 2 questions, question number 3 and question number 4. Okay, guys, if anyone of you are confused or doubtful whether to go for international or UK version, okay, no worries. We can discuss on the same. Okay, we can discuss on the same. Okay, but separately, not here in the class. Okay, we can discuss on that same, and I will help you in decision making. Now, so coming back to our classes, now, the exam pattern will be, as I was mentioning, that it will be divided into 2 sections, section A and section B. Section A and section B, and both the sections will be of 50 marks each. Section A of 50 marks and section B of 50 marks again. Okay, now, section A will have 2 questions, question number 1 and question number 2. Now, question number 1 will be from group accounting and few other application of other standards, IAS or IFRS. Okay, and this question will be of 30 marks. Question number 2 will be from ethics. Now, this question number 2 will test your knowledge of accounting standards and will test your knowledge of ethics and will test your application of ethics in the accounting standards. Okay, now you have to identify what is ethically wrong happening, what is ethically wrong that is happening. Okay, so the question which will be there in the question number 2, there will be some or the other accounting treatment which is wrong, which will be a wrong. Okay, there will be an accounting issue. So first of all, you have to identify the accounting issue, and then you have to write down how it is ethically wrong, and how it can be improved, or how it can be rectified, or how it can be compensated for. Okay, so this is what you will study in question number 2, that is ethics. Question number 3 and question number 4 will be from IAS and IFRS. Okay, now they can cover one of these questions will be from the current issues, and one of these questions will be from additional performance measures. Okay, not there is no such guarantee that which question will cover which one. Okay, but see, understand what I'm trying to say. IAS and IFRS will be tested as part of all the 4 questions. IAS and IFRS will be tested as part of all the 4 questions. Question number 1 is fixed. That they will ask group accounting only. Question number 2 is fixed, that they will ask ethics only. Considering my assessment of the past papers. Okay, considering my assessment of the past papers. It is not mentioned anywhere, but considering my assessment of the past papers. Now, question number 3 and question number 4, one question will be from additional performance measures, and one question will be from you can say current issues, ongoing current issues. Okay, now question number 1 is of 30 marks, as I said. Question number 2 will be of 20 marks. Question number 3 will be of 25 marks, and question number 4 will be of again 25 marks. So this is how the structuring will be there for the paper. Now, what I'll do is I will just take you to a ACCA SBR paper. Okay, and so how the paper looks like and how the structuring will happen. Just give me a moment, please, guys. I will take you to the ACCA practice platform and guide you what exactly is that as well. Please confirm if you can see the ACCA Global website. Can you see the ACCA Global website? Neeraj will discuss everything, okay? But let me go one by one. Today's class is all about the orientation of ACCA, okay? ACCA SBR will discuss the orientation. We'll discuss each and everything about what exactly we are going to discuss, how exactly the classes will happen, how exactly you have to prepare. Everything will be discussed, okay? But just have patience for that. Now, so this is ACCA Global website. For those who know the website, very good. But for those who don't know, I will be guiding and navigating you. Now, what you have to do, you have to go to the students section, okay, and go to the study support resources, okay. Now, the ACCA has given you a very good number of ACCA study support resource, and you have to use everything, okay. Now, you have to click on ACCA qualification. Then after that, you have to go to your paper, that is Strategic Business Reporting SBR paper. Click on that. Now, as you click on ACCA SBR paper, you come to this ACCA SBR study support resources. Now, see what all are there. Introduction to SBR. Okay. Then you can say examining team guidance, okay. Then syllabus, which everything I will discuss. Examiner documents, I will discuss that. So if this part you can get ignore also, if this part you ignore also, getting started part you ignore also, it's fine, because I will be discussing everything, okay. Now, coming to learning and revision. Now, this is ACCA study hub. ACCA study hub, again I will be helping you how to use ACCA study hub, and you are not required to do anything on your own till the time I am not asking you to do, okay. So I will be navigating you through ACCA study hub as well, but you are required to follow what I'm saying for ACCA study hub, okay. Now, further, you have technical articles, you have examiner reports. Now, understand what are technical articles. If I just click on technical articles, see, these are the articles which the examining team has written for you. Now, as and when I will take up any topic, let's suppose I'm taking ethics. So I will discuss this topic there. Accounting ethics in a digital age. Okay. Now, let's suppose I'm discussing financial instruments. So I will discuss this technical article there. Let's suppose I'm discussing income taxes. So I'll discuss this technical article there. Let's suppose I'm taking share-based payments. So I'll discuss this technical article there. Okay. But now, after every class, let's suppose I have completed share-based payments. Now, it will be your responsibility. To go through the technical articles website, okay, and read the technical articles for the topics that we have already completed. Is that clear for all of you? Tell me, is that clear for all of you? Okay, then further, going back. So now, examiner reports. What are examiner reports? Come here and see. So examiner is trying to give you the guidance. How exactly? Let me show you. So let's suppose open one examiner report. Just a minute. Downloads. Can you tell me, can you see this examiner report? Can you see this examiner report? No? Okay, just give me a minute. Now, can you see the examiner report? Okay. Now, see this examiner report. And now, what is the guidance given? See here. So it says that what is the question asked? What is the question asked? And now, what the candidates should do? Candidates should make sure, okay, meaning thereby the examining team is guiding you that these are the processes that you should keep in mind always, okay. Now, further, it will also give you guidance. I will tell you how exactly. Now see, the examining team is saying weaker answers failed to this one. So this is a mistake that was done by the student in the exam. So examiner is trying to guide you that you should avoid these mistakes. So it is saying these are the weaker answers. These are the weaker answers, and you are not required to repeat these mistakes. Okay. So examiner report will give you two things: what you should do in the exam and what you should not do in the exam. Okay, so these are the examiner reports which will be helpful for you guys. Okay, but now so far, as of now, you are not required to refer the examiner report. I will be guiding you how exactly to use the examiner report, but don't worry at all about it. Don't worry at all about it. I will be there to guide you when and how to use the examiner report. But till then, I just wanted you to know what is an examiner report. Okay, further going to the past exam and question practice. Can you see this part? Past exam and question practice. Tell me, can you see this part? Past exam and questions practice. Now click here. So always ensure that you are using this platform to its optimum level. Okay, now so when you click on that past papers, so it will ask you to log into the practice platform. I believe all of you have your login credentials with you guys. I believe all of you have your login credentials with you guys. These are my login credentials. Don't use this login credentials. Okay, please use your own login credentials, not mine. If you don't have it, yes, definitely you should. How come you're saying you don't have your login credentials? You will definitely have it, right? Okay, we don't have your pass. Okay, fine. Then don't try to hack. Okay. Now, see, can you see this paper? See, this is your paper, SBR. Can you see this paper? Can you see this paper, SBR? Right now, just see what is there in SBR paper. Something is there called as blank workspace. Now, what is the meaning of blank workspace? Blank workspace means you can practice any questions. Let me show it to you. Since it is already assigned to me, if you are using it for the first time, you have to assign it to yourself. Okay, because I have already used in the past, so it was already there with me. So I can show how the blank workspace looks like. Okay, see, blank workspaces. I can show you how it looks like. I can say resume. Now, this is how the blank workspace looks like. And this is how in the exam, your examining platform will look like. Okay. So now how, see, this is the question, though there is no question here. So it might be the case you are practicing a question from your revision kit or your exam kit from any of the materials, whether you are using Kaplan material or BPP material, irrespective of that. Okay, so you are solving a question from that. Okay, so what you can do, you can just open the question in front of you. Okay, and open the word processor, and you can start writing the answers here, and you can start writing the answers here. Or if you need an Excel file for that, you can open the Excel file and start solving the question here, and start solving the question here. Okay, so since I was practicing this question in the previous batch, so it is already there. Okay, it is already here. That's the reason. Now, so this is how you have to practice the questions. This is how you have to practice the questions. Now, this is for the questions which you are practicing from the you can say revision kit of yours, whether BPP or Kaplan, irrespective of that. Now, if further there are other resources also. See, in strategic business reporting, again, if you come, if you have selected international version, then click on the plus sign and see ACCA has given you multiple resources. Click on ACCA official resources and you will see past exam library. Now again, if you click, see how many papers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 past papers. Further, not only this, there are 3 practice exams and 1 mock exam for September. Okay, now then further, specimen exams, there are 4 specimen exams. So total how many papers? Total how many papers? 4 specimen exam, then 4 practice exam, 4 4 8, and then 6 past papers. 8 plus 6 is how much? 14. So meaning thereby 14 past papers, practice exams are there in your ACCA practice platform. And one more question will be added. one more question will be added, that is December 23 mock exam will be added here. Okay, now so you have 14 papers available, 14 papers available. You have to ensure that before exam you have solved all of these papers. You have solved all of these papers. Now Vijaya is asking that can we save answers in blank work book for future reference? See, though ideally you can save, because right now in front of you I opened the answers and it was previously I solved this answer and it was there, right? It was there, so it was already saved. But if you solve any other answer there, you have to delete the previous answer, right? You have to delete the previous answer because there is only one blank workspace that is available to you, right? So you have to delete the previous answer and then only you can solve a new answer. So what I will recommend to you guys, if you are using the blank workspace for any question and after you have done solving the question, then copy your entire answer and paste in the Word file or the Excel file and then save it for your future reference. Okay, and you can save it for future reference. Okay, because we cannot say anything about these, it might be the case, and there have been instances in the past that students solved the question in the blank workspace and after a point of time when they opened the blank workspace again, there was nothing there. It was blank. So I will recommend you guys that once you are done solving the answer, just copy your entire answer and paste in the Excel file or the Word file. And now why I am taking you to this platform is to guide you that you are not required to use pen and paper to solve the answers. Rather, you are required to solve each and every question in the blank workspace or the past papers and nowhere else. If you are solving anywhere else, you are preparing for yourself for a fail. Okay, you are preparing yourself for a fail, because I have seen students in the past that they had really good conceptual clarity. Okay, but just because they didn't practice on the ACCA practice platform, this platform is called as ACCA practice platform. Okay, just because they haven't practiced on ACCA practice platform, they were not able to either score good marks, okay, or they were not able to pass. Okay, they were not able to pass. So it will be my strong recommendation that please solve each and every question on ACCA practice platform only, and not in the pen and paper, and not on pen and paper. Is that clear for all? Okay, now let me open one past paper and show it to you guys. Let me open one past paper. SBR pre-September 2023. Resume. Will there be a requirement of calculator? Yes, there will be a requirement of calculator, but the calculator is there in the ACCA practice platform also, and you can have your own calculator as well. Okay, I'm using a simple calculator, this one. I'm using a very simple calculator, this one, and you can also use a simple calculator. Okay, but just ensure that the calculator which you are using has a function of GT, grand total. Okay, has a function of GT. Just ensure that your calculator has a function of GT. Now, so just let's read the requirements. So as I told that the paper will be divided into two parts, section A and section B, right? So section A is of 2 questions. The total will be 50 marks, right? The total will be 50 marks. Now further it says, let's go next. So this is a question. Okay. Now in the question, it will be giving you a basic introduction about the question. There are exhibits. See, there are exhibits. Okay, basically they are the additional information given to you. Okay, additional information given to you. Now this is the requirement. Okay, and this is where you have to solve the word processor and the spreadsheet. So this is how you have to solve. This is how and where you have to solve. Is that clear, everyone? Tell me. Now, from September 2023, there was an amendment. From September 2023, there was an amendment in question number 1, this question itself, that see, earlier what used to happen, they used to ask us to calculate either goodwill or few other things and explain that calculation of goodwill to the investors or to the directors or to anyone. Okay, now from September 2023, what the change has come in is they will be giving you a draft console P&L or OCI or a draft statement of financial position. Okay, they will be giving you a draft SOFP or a draft console P&L or a draft console OCI. Okay, and they will ask you to rectify it or complete it. They will ask you to rectify it or complete it. Might be the draft which is given is incomplete or is incorrect. So you have to find what is wrong here and then correct it off. Or if it is incomplete, then you have to complete it off. Okay, so it can be anything. Definitely we'll be discussing in detail when we discuss the group accounting chapter, but yes, I just wanted you to know about it. Okay, now when you move to see, this question is of how many marks? Just go to the requirements, see, 30 marks, right? Question number 1 is of 30 marks. Now, and this question is from group accounting. Now if you move on to the next part, that comes question number 2, and if you just read the requirements, right? So this is the requirement of question number 2, right? Now, as I told, that question number 2 will be from the ethics, right? Now just see here, identify and discuss the ethical issues. Identify and discuss the ethical issues, right? Now, so this is what is there in question number 2, and question number 2 is of 20 marks. Again, question number 2 is of 20 marks. So you have only word processor to solve this question. Now, moving forward further. Now, it comes question number section B. Section B, again, section B is of having 2 questions, question number 3 and question number 4, and each of the question will be of 25 marks each, and the total will be 50 marks. Now, moving on to the next again. Now, come to the requirements. See, this is a requirement, right? So there are some accounting issues. Right, for which you have to read everything and solve it off, and the question is of 25 marks. The question is of 25 marks, and you have a spreadsheet and the word processor both. You can use either or both of them to solve your question. Now, moving on to question number 4. Again, this question, again, just go to the requirements. Okay, so basically this is the question number 4, and see, question number 4 is talking about integrated reporting. Okay, it is a part of additional performance measures. Okay, integrated reporting I will be discussing along with the APM, additional performance measures. Okay, so this is how it is. Now, so again, this question is of 25 marks. So this is how the paper has been structured for you guys. This is how the paper has been structured for you guys, and you will have to discuss. We will discuss everything in the due course of our course, and nothing will be remaining. Okay, everything will be my responsibility. The only responsibility that you have is to follow what I say. Tell me, will you do that? Okay. Ankur, definitely your question is a very good one, that do we need to show whole workings in the spreadsheet or we can use calculator? But I think this is not the right time to answer this question. Okay, Ankur, I will be discussing this thing in the due course of time. Okay, we will be discussing this answer in the due course of time. Okay, now, Siddharth, the exam will happen on the system itself, whether you opt for home-based or center-based. Irrespective of that, you have to give your exam on system itself. Okay, so that's the reason why I was asking you to solve the answers only and only on ACCA practice platform and nowhere else. Is that clear to all of you? Is that clear to all of you? There will be a difference in the exam pattern, Rohit. Okay, that's the reason I discussed the exam pattern with you guys, Rohit. Okay, now exam approach. What approach you have to follow? See, some students are coming from the ACCA FR route, or some are coming from the CA final financial reporting route. Okay, now understand, when you, as I was telling also, when you were in ACCA FR or CA final FR, you were more focused on the numbers. Tell me yes or no. You were more focused on the numbers, right? In in ACCA SBR, the primary focus is not the numbers. The primary focus is not the numbers. Though we will be dealing with the numbers, it's not the case that we will not be dealing with the numbers. We will be dealing with the numbers, but our primary focus will not be numbers. Our primary focus will be only the, you can say, the interpretation, the analysis. Now, this paper of SBR is not an accounting paper, I can say. Okay, is not an accounting paper like ACCA FR or CA final FR. Irrespective of that, okay, basically, rather than that, I'll say, rather than being an accounting paper, this paper is a paper of communication. This paper is a paper of communication where you are a consultant. Tell me, what is the role of consultant? Tell me, what is the role of a IFRS consultant? Does he go in the industry and do the accounting? Tell me. An IFRS consultant, does he go in the industry and do the accounting treatments? Tell me. No, he doesn't do the accounting treatment, right? He just visits the industry and just identifies, okay, this is wrong, this is correct, and this should have been done in this manner, and this should have been done in this manner because of this reason. So that's what you have to do. You have to give consultancy in SBR. You are not required to do the accounting. Guys, is my audio clear to everyone? Is my audio clear to everyone? Neha, my audio is clear to everyone. I believe there is some challenge from your side. Can you please check? Is it? Just give me a minute. Ideally, it should not be the case. Okay, it should be clear, I believe now. Okay, okay. Now, so where I was, yes. So I was discussing that SBR paper is all about the communication. Basically, as part of ACCA FR or CA final FR, you would have solved how to calculate goodwill. But in ACCA SBR, you will understand how to communicate this goodwill to the investors. How to communicate this goodwill to the investors. Okay, what is the reason for recognizing a goodwill? Is it because of control premium or something else? So we will discuss the why. And let me tell you guys, ACCA SBR paper is all about one word, and that is why. So please have an understanding that you have to focus on why. Definitely, you have to understand what is the mentioned in the standard. You have to understand that, but along with what, you have to focus on why as well. Because if till the time you were in CA final FR or ACCA FR, if you have understood what and not understood why, you can solve the question. But in ACCA SBR, if you have understood what but not understood why, I can guarantee that you will not be able to succeed or not be able to score good marks. So please focus on why along with what. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone? Come on, guys, tell me. Now, see, again, in ACCA FR, tell me, let's suppose we discussed a topic or a standard of property, plant, and equipment. We discussed a standard on property, plant, and equipment. Then we had multiple questions around property, plant, and equipment, which we can solve, right? Similarly in CA final also, similarly, right? If you have studied a topic called as property, plant, and equipment, or leases, or revenue, we had multiple questions around that to solve it, right? Come on, guys, tell me. But that's not the case with ACCA SBR. No, no, no. What happens in ACCA SBR, it is more practical oriented. In practical life, tell me, in practical life, is it the case that for a particular transaction, only one standard is applicable to the transaction? Tell me. For a particular transaction, only one standard will be applicable? No, it will not be the case. It can be the case that for one transaction, 3 or 4 standards are applicable, right? So similar is the case here also. Similar is the case here also. So as part of SBR, when you go through the questions, you will find that in each question, around 3 or 4 standards are applicable. Okay, for each question, around 3 or 4 standards are applicable. Now, so you have to you have to understand the linkage between the standards. Okay, so in ACCA FR and CA final FR, if you understood the standards individually, yes, you can pass. But in ACCA SBR, just understanding the standards individually is not sufficient. You have to link the entire set of standards. You have to understand the linkage between the standards. You have to understand the linkage. This is there in SBR. Okay. Now, further, just the knowledge of IFRS is not sufficient. A real life application is expected. Real life application is also expected. Okay. Now, the examiner will definitely test you on current issues. They will definitely test you on current issues. Okay. Now, current issues are meaning thereby what? As part of technical articles. Okay. So current issues are coming as part of technical articles, right? I already discussed with you the technical articles, right? What is technical articles? I already discussed with you. Now, what happens in ACCA FR or in CA final FR or any other FR paper or accounting paper, that used to be a paper wherein if you have calculated goodwill, okay, or if you have calculated goodwill, okay, that either this can be correct or this can be wrong. Tell me yes or no. It's not about goodwill, it's about anything which you have calculated, right? Either that can be correct or that can be wrong, right? But in ACCA SBR, nothing is correct, nothing is wrong, or everything is correct, everything is wrong. How? So basically, the examiner is trying to say that we are not assessing the calculation skills of a student. We are assessing the justification, the analytics, the analysis, okay, of the student. How well you can justify. How well you can justify. Now, let's suppose a particular student is writing that the goodwill is because of control premium. Now another set of student is writing the goodwill is because of some other reason. Okay, some other set of student is writing that there should not be goodwill only. I will say all the three answers are correct. All the three answers are correct. Then you will ask me, sir, if everything is correct, then we will definitely not fail in the exam. If everything is correct, then definitely will not fail in the exam. Now, understand, the examiner will give you the marks on the basis of how well you can prove your point. How well you can prove your point. Okay. So this is what SBR paper expects from you. Okay. How well you can justify, how well you can do the analysis, how well you can communicate to the investors. Is that clear, everyone? Okay. Now, So this is all about the exam approach. Guys, I am discussing this with you because I just want you to know about the paper which you are going to appear in the upcoming exams. Okay. Definitely these things will be discussed n number of times in our classes, n number of times, not once, not twice, but multiple times. And I can say in every class, we'll discuss some or the other aspect of these things in the classes. Okay. Now, but then why I'm discussing it now? If already I will be discussing it in the every class, then why I'm discussing now? Because I just want you to give you a helicopter view, a drone view of the SBR paper. I want to give you a drone view of the SBR paper, so that once you have the drone view of the SBR paper, then we will land down and we'll walk down the streets Okay, so first let's take a drone view of the SBR paper. That's what we are doing now, nothing else. We will be discussing each and everything in detail. Okay. Yes, you will get the recording of it, Santosh. Okay, now see, we discussed about the paper. Now this PDF also you will get it. You will get it. I will discuss everything. Okay, I will be discussing everything. Now the discussion about SBR paper is over now. Now I will be discussing about the expectation that I have from you and the expectation that you will have from me. Okay, now the discussion about the SBR paper is over. The discussion about SBR paper is over now. Let us discuss among ourselves. So understand, if you are a working professional, definitely you would know. Okay, definitely you would know that before starting any work for any client, we sign an engagement letter. Tell me yes or no. We do sign an engagement letter. Tell me yes or no. Right, so that's what we are doing now. Okay, so let us sign an engagement letter between us. Also. Okay, now, so in this, as part of this engagement letter, I will be telling you what is my expectation from you guys, and I will also be telling you what should be your expectation from me. Can we discuss that now? Ankur, I will take up this point, what you're telling now. Okay, but let me first discuss these points. Okay, there are some queries coming in. Santosh, recording. Yes, you will get the recording. Now, Ankur is telling, I am from Nairobi, Kenya. Okay, leaving my job now. This recorded lecture and noted available. So can I watch it today? And okay, see, understand these notes, the notes of the live classes will be shared. The notes for this live classes will be shared right after the class. The recordings of the classes will be available within 2 days. Okay, the recording of the classes will be available within 2 days. Okay, now coming to mock test, the mock test will happen block wise, not chapter wise. The mock test will happen block wise, not chapter wise. Okay, now we no need to refer any study or textbook. You are required to refer a study book, or you can use it Kaplan, you can use ACCA Study Hub, you can use BPP, you can use any of these. But use at least one, and use only one. Don't what the mistake that the student does in the exam, okay, that they think that if I will solve BPP, Kaplan both, I will score really good marks in the exam. No, that is not the case. Solve one, but solve it in a nice manner. Okay, now don't refer multiple books, guys. Please just restrict your scope. If you are using BPP, use only BPP. Okay, if you are using Kaplan, use only Kaplan. Okay, now Rohit is asking, sir, which book will refer in the class, BPP or Kaplan? Now if you ask me about the book, the base book in the class will be BPP, but you will see in the due course of time that I am taking questions from the Kaplan and BPP both as per my convenience. Okay, basically there might be a case that for leisure topic I am finding a really good question on Kaplan, then I will take that question from the Kaplan. Okay, for revenue topic I am finding a very good question from BPP, so I'll take that question from BPP. So I will not be focused on any one material, either BPP or Kaplan. I will be focused on giving the best to you. Whichever question is the best, either in BPP or Kaplan, I will be focusing on that question. I will not be focused on any BPP material only or Kaplan material only. No, I will not be doing that. But yes, the base material for the class will be BPP. Okay, and now if you are having Kaplan material, very good. If you are having BPP material, very good. Okay, no challenges here. Yes, the questions in both the books are similar, but the examples, the illustrations in both the books can be different, and there can be some or the other different questions in either of the books. Okay, there are different questions. There are different questions also. Okay, but yes, you are required to refer only one book. Because why? Because let's suppose, let me tell you, if you are using BPP, and now you want to solve Kaplan also. Now tell me, don't you think the questions which are the good questions from Kaplan, I would have already taken in the class, right? Now, if you are taking Kaplan, the good questions from the BPP, I would have already taken in the class, right? Now, in the class, what I will do is the questions which I will take, I will paste the screenshot of the entire question in my notes, and these notes will be shared to you. So the questions which I'll be discussing in the class will be made available to you in the PDF form. Is that clear to you guys? Okay. Now, expectations. So let's discuss the expectations now. My first expectation from you guys, that if possible for you, attend live lectures only. Attend live lectures only if possible. I am not saying that you should leave office and join live lectures. No, that is practically not possible. Okay, but if it is practically possible for you, attend live lectures. If it is not possible, no issues. Okay, if you are doing or watching recorded lectures, you can continue to do that. There is no challenge in that. Okay, but if you are the student who are watching continuously recorded lectures and you are not coming in the live class anytime, then please stay connected with me. Okay, discuss with me your approach, because what I have noticed in the past, that the students who watch recorded classes and are not connected with me, they don't discuss anything with me. Just 1 week before the exams, they will come to me and tell me that, sir, this is the approach that I have followed. This is the approach that I have followed. Now tell me, just 1 week before the exam, even if you have opted for a wrong approach, tell me, will I be in a position to tell you that the approach which you have used is wrong? No, because if I do that, your motivation will totally go down, right? So I will not be in a position. So now for that, what you have to do is you have to stay connected with me over WhatsApp. I will be sharing my contact number with you guys. Okay, though as part of the group where we are connected, I am already added in the group also. You can connect me from there as well, or you can I will be sharing the WhatsApp number here as well separately. Okay, so you have to stay connected with me. You have to stay connected with me. Okay, now this is about live classes and recorded classes. Now, study text, as I was mentioning, that you can use either of the study text, Kaplan or BPP, any of the book which is easily made available to you, guys. Revision kit, I will direct you when and how to use. I will direct when and how to use the revision kit. Okay, now I will tell you one important point here. Please listen to me. Please listen to me very carefully. This point is quite very important. If you open your BPP, practice kit, there are around 67 questions. Out of these, 10 questions are there. Out of these, 10 questions are there which are irrelevant. They are not exam based. They are not exam based. They are just to help you in conceptual building. That's all, nothing else. They are not exam based. So around 57 questions are there which are exam based. Which are exam based. Now tell me, in ACCA practice platform, how many question papers were there? Tell me, how many question papers were there? Tell me. 14. 14 question papers were there. Tell me yes or no. Right now, each question will have how many questions? Each question will have how many questions? 4 questions. So total is how many questions? 56 questions. Right now, tell me, which is better? See, quantum wise, both the question are at pace. Quantum wise, they are at the same level. Quantum wise, they are at the same level. Right? Quantum wise, they are at the same level. But tell me, which one do you think will be more effective? BPP or ACCA platform? ACCA practice platform. ACCA practice platform. But now the challenge here is, as of now, when I will be completing 1-1 standards, you will not be in a position to solve these question papers, right? So then how to do it off? Now, when I am discussing block 1, block 2 and block 3, when I am discussing block 1, block 2, block 3, I will be discussing the relevant questions with you. I will be giving you the relevant questions as an assignment. Okay, meaning thereby till block 1, block 2, block 3, you are not required to even touch the study material, or it's not study material, I can say revision kit or the exam kit. You are not required to even touch it. No touching it also. You are not required to touch that also. Okay, then how to do it, sir? You should ask me, then how to do it, sir? Okay, then what will happen is, in the class I will be discussing questions with you. Okay, the questions which I want you to solve as an assignment, I will be pasting that question in the notes and I will be giving that to you. Okay, I will be giving the suggested answer also for that. Okay, I will be giving you the suggested answer also for that. Now, once we complete our batch, okay, or once we complete block 3, okay, that will be somewhere start, you can say by the end of October or first week of November. Okay, it is then you have to start solving one past paper or one paper every day in the ACCA practice platform. You have to solve one paper in ACCA practice platform. Okay, so it means the revision kit and the exam kit is of no use for you guys. Are you understanding this point? Whether you purchase it or you are not purchasing it, it is of no use to you guys. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear, everyone? Okay. Now, Siddharth is saying that I have a Kaplan kit of 2022-23 study mode text. Is it sufficient? Siddharth, yes, it will be sufficient, though there are some amendments. But whatever are the amendments, I will be discussing in the class. But just for these amendments, you are not required to purchase a new material. You are not required to purchase a new material. Just for the sake of these amendments, no purchasing the new material. Okay, if you have that material, it's very good. You can manage with that. You can manage with that. Okay, now this is about study text and revision kit, guys. My only point here is you have to just follow what I say in the class and you will see the results. Further, technical articles, I already discussed with you how to use the technical articles. Past papers, I already discussed with you, right? Approach for the examiner report, I already discussed with you, right? Mock tests. So after completion of each and every block, we will take one mock test. Which you have to appear. Now, sir, what is the relevance of these mock tests? First point, You will get to know where you stand. You will get to know where you stand. Second point. Second point. You will get some important questions from different materials around. You will get some important questions from different materials around. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone? Okay. Now, one more expectation. Once I complete any particular chapter, you have to go to ACCA Study Hub. You have to go to ACCA Study Hub. That I will guide you in the class how to approach or how to use ACCA Study Hub. There are some quizzes. Okay, there are some quiz. Okay, so you have to solve that quiz questions. There are some additional questions. You have to solve that questions also. Okay, that definitely those questions are not exam level questions, but it will help you in a conceptual building. And there are exam level questions also in ACCA practice platform, which I will guide you how and when to use that. Okay, now further mock tests are, I can say, they are mandatory. They are mandatory, right? Anyone here from my ACCA FR batch? Anyone here from my ACCA FR batch? Divya, Nishan. Okay, yeah. So you guys definitely be knowing that we take mock test and how much it helps. Tell me, guys, Nishan and Divya, please come on. Tell me, do you think the mock tests which we take are helpful? Right? So basically, the mock tests which we take and the answers that we discuss gives you few additional questions, gives you few additional questions, gives you confidence, and helps you in identifying where you stand and how well you can improve. How well you can improve. Additionally, you will see a scoreboard. You will see a scoreboard. Okay. Now, in the scoreboard, that will be open to all of you. Okay, and the scoreboard will be like for test number one, how all the students have performed. Okay, and on the basis of performance, if you have performed top, so your name will be in the top, and if you have not performed good, your name will be at the bottom. Okay, then if any student name is at the bottom, but in the second test he performs good and the overall average, his name will start coming at the top. Okay, so the scoreboard also is you can say motivating factor. Okay, so you have to ensure that all of you have to ensure that your name comes at the top. Okay, now class notes, these notes will be shared after every class. Okay, now study format. What is the format that you have to follow for the study? The format will be called as cumulative study approach. Meaning thereby, let's suppose for non-current assets, one particular topic is there, non-current assets. Okay, I am taking 3 lectures. Let's suppose I'm taking 3 lectures, lecture number 1, lecture number 2, lecture number 3. And after that, I start leases. And leases again, I take lecture number 1, lecture number 2, lecture number 3. Then what you have to do after non-current assets, you have to revise lecture number 1 after class, lecture number 1. After lecture number 2, you have to revise lecture number 1 plus lecture number 2. After lecture number 3, you have to revise lecture number 1 plus lecture number 2 plus lecture number 3. Now, after leases, you have to revise lecture number 1, then lecture number 1 plus lecture number 2, then lecture number 1 plus lecture number 2 plus lecture number 3. Now, similarly, once I complete the one entire block, then you have to revise that block and appear for the test. Okay, and then appear for the test. So this is the approach which you have to follow again. Okay, now this will be your study approach. Now, our past achievers in ACCA SBR, generally I have seen a pass percentage of around 80% for ACCA SBR. Around 80% it is there. Okay, somewhere in that range. Okay, now calculating the exact figure might not be possible because there are some students who doesn't message or they don't respond. So after the results, so we don't have the exact data, but basis the data that is available to us, it revolves around 80 to 85%. Now, one of the student in the past to past attempt, last to last attempt, okay, Sneha Vemula, she scored a national rank 1 in ACCA SBR. In the last attempt, our student scored India rank 3, Rupam Bardia. Now the next is your turn. Next is your turn. So I don't know whose name will come here, but I want to see a name here also from this batch, right? And yes, this is important, but this is more important to me. I will be more happy if all the students in the class passes, okay, and none scores rank. I will be more happy, but I will be extremely happy if 100% result and ranks also coming in the class. Okay, so now the choice is yours. The choice is yours. The rank holders, Rupam Bardia, I think she scored 84. Okay, 84 or 85. Sneha scored 76, I believe, 76 or somewhere in that range. Okay, she was not from India, she was from Kazakhstan, I believe. Okay, now the average marks I can see it ranges from 70 to 80 for our students. But in India, if you have to score a rank, generally you have to target 90 plus. 90 plus. Okay. But yes, I will say the rank should not be the target. The rank should not be a target. The target should be to give your best. The target should be to give your best, and the rank will automatically come. Okay, you have to give your best and you have to follow what I'm saying. That's all is required to be done, and you can see the change and you can see the results. Okay, that's all you have. That's all I can say, nothing else. Schedule of classes. The classes will definitely be on weekends from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. the classes will happen. Okay, 1 p.m. is not fixed. 1 p.m. is not fixed. Somewhere our class, some days our class can end before 1 p.m. Some days classes can extend. The extension beyond 1 is generally will not happen. 1 is the max time that I'll take up the class. Okay, now, but see, so far, just understand one thing, guys. We are already standing in the mid of September, right? Mid of September. So how many weekends that is available to us? How many weekends are available to us before the exam? So 16, 17, 20, 24, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20, you can say, out of which there will be one Diwali holiday also, right? So around 18, you can say, around 18, you can say 18 weekends are available to us. Now, is these 18 weekends sufficient? Are these 18 weekends sufficient? I will say no. I will say no. So definitely I have to take extra classes. On weekdays. I will take extra classes on weekdays. Okay, I will take extra classes on weekdays in the evening. In the evening, weekdays, evening, I will take extra classes. Now, generally, what I'm planning is I will announce these extra classes from first week of October. Okay, I will announce these classes from first week of October, and these classes will be on Tuesday and Thursday. Timing I will announce after discussing with you. Dates also I can change after discussing with you. Okay, let me not write here. Let me not write here. I will discuss that with you guys. 2 classes I will take per week. Okay, but now understand. There will be some students who will not be able to attend the weekday lectures live. There will be some of the students, right? For them, I will say a few things. First of all, the chapters which will happen. Yes, so that's what I'm telling Palak. So the chapters which will be discussed as part of weekday lectures and as part of weekend lectures will be different. Okay, so if any student is unable to attend the weekday lectures, it will not impact their weekend lectures. They can continue to watch the weekend lectures as it is. Okay, I will take the complex chapters on weekend lectures, and I will take easy topics on weekday lectures, so that you can manage that with the recordings as well. Okay, morning time is okay for me, but is not okay for the team. Basically what happens, the classes 6 a.m. the team is not available. The IT team who starts the class, they are not available. Okay, and we have faced challenges in the past, so I don't want that challenges to repeat. So that's the reason. And if I start from a little late, like around 7 or 8, then what happens, the students who are working professionals, then they have to leave the office by then, right? So the morning time becomes a challenge for them. So what I am planning is I will take in the evening from 7 to 9 or 7 to 10 is the timing which I will be planning. Okay. Definitely, Siddharth, before announcing the weekday classes, I will be discussing with you guys, and I will be telling you guys all the things are already planned, but I will be announcing it then, that what are the topics which I will be covering as part of weekday lectures. Okay, but yes, it will not impact your weekend lectures in any manner. Okay, because see, I will tell you few points, guys. If I want to complete the classes within this 18 days, 18 lectures, I can do that. If you want me to complete the classes in these 18 lectures, I can do that. If you ask me, yes, I can do that. But why I don't want to do? See, understand. If I complete these lectures in 18 class, I have to assume one thing, that you already know about ACCA FR and ACCA or CA final FR or the IFRS basic concepts you are already aware of. Do you want me to assume that? Tell me. Do you want me to assume that? No, right? So what I am doing, I will be assuming that a student is a blank. He or she is blank, totally blank. They don't have any knowledge about the FR or CA final FR or IFRS, IAS. They are totally blank. They are totally fresh. Okay, and I will be discussing each and everything from the scratch, and I will build that momentum in the class. Okay, so that's the reason I will need some extra classes. When I say some extra classes, I will announce 2 weekday classes a week. Okay, so now see, this I am doing extra for you guys. This extra that I'm taking is for you guys. So I will request from my side to you guys that please make it smooth, and I don't want any friction from any of you, because this extra classes that I'm taking is for the benefit of you all, not for the benefit of me. Is that clear to all? Okay, now, okay, now, so weekend classes I will announce on the first week of October. I will start the weekend classes, weekday classes from the first week of October. Please make classes available on the same day. That is not possible. Miss Zion, Mr. or Miss, please change the name. I want the actual names to see in the class, so that I can interact with you. Okay, I will know who exactly you are. So classes cannot be made available on the very same day, because it's a challenge. Because what happens, the team has to edit the recordings and then upload it on the LMS, and it does take some time. Okay, so generally you can say a lead time of 2 days is required for them to do the same. Okay, if it would have been something in my hand, definitely I would have done that to you guys. Okay, but this is something it is not available in my hand. Okay, I don't have the right to do that. So now, so this is all about the ACCA SBR paper. Now you guys have to tell me. See, I discussed my expectation from you guys. Now if you, particularly any student, has any expectation from me, please do let me know. I will be more than happy to incorporate that in my lectures. Come on, guys. And yes, as I told in the very start, consider me as your friend, and not as an educator. and discuss with me without any hesitation. Please share the schedule again of the chapters order. So the chapters order will go like this itself. I already shared here. See, the chapter order is already here, Siddharth. Non-current assets, leases, impairment, revenue, this way, this way, this way. Do we need any study materials to refer post our class discussion? Yes, Sakti Priya, yes, you have to refer. That's what I was telling, that you can have any materials, Kaplan or BPP, any materials, okay? But only thing is refer one material only. That's what I was saying, okay? Now, Palak is we are expecting you to stay available. Definitely, I will be available. Rohit, I will be guiding with you in the due course of our classes, okay, that how exactly you need to study, because what you have to study will be our assignments, okay? The assignments which I will be giving to you guys as part of my classes, okay, those will be your day-to-day study, okay? Now, I will be reachable on, you can WhatsApp me or you can ping me our general normal SMS. This is my contact number. Okay, you can WhatsApp me, and with your whatever concern you have, you can just WhatsApp me, okay, and stay connected with me. And okay, whatever is your concern, definitely I'll respond to your messages, okay? And if I need, if I think that your concern needs a discussion over a call, definitely we can connect over a call, okay? How to answer the question? See, to discuss how to answer the question, I have to take up the question, right? I have to take up the topics, right? So when I will be moving ahead in my lectures, Neha, I will be telling you how to understand the question, how to interpret the requirement, and how exactly you have to brainstorm the answer and draft the answer, okay? We will discuss it at length, in detail, everything. Exam date, I think somewhere it will be in the range of 7, 8 or 9 December. It would be announced ideally, I believe, but you have to check, okay? Somewhere in the that range, 7 or 8 December it will be, okay, for December 23 exams. 8 December, right? Yeah. Now, exam pattern, what I have given to you is basis my experience or assessment of the past papers, okay? Now, exam to be given home based or center based. Now, that is a choice that you have, okay? But yes, there are multiple pros and cons of appearing in center based, or you can say home based, for which I have already made a video on that, okay? I will request you to watch that video. I will request you to watch that video, okay? And you will get the answer for that. You will get the answer for that, okay? Now, further, I will request you to follow me on LinkedIn if you are available, and Instagram. Basically, why? Because I post required contents and important contents on these social media platforms, so that you can make use of it, okay? And YouTube as well. And you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Why? Because as part of my YouTube channel, you will get to know the guidance about overall ACCA SBR. You will get to know the overall guidance about the ACCA SBR. Before exams, we do conduct live YouTube revision sessions as well. In the past, we have conducted, and we will continue doing that in the future as well, okay? So SBR, multiple resources you will get to know. You will watch the interviews with these rank holders as well. Miss Sneha, Miss Rupam, you will get to watch the you can say interviews with them also. Okay, so you will get very important stuffs on these guys, on these on my YouTube, on my LinkedIn, on my Instagram. Rohit, I will be sharing the link in the group. Okay, in our WhatsApp group, I'll be sharing the link of everything. Okay. Now, I believe that this discussion about the paper between the engagement between us, the friendship between us, uh, the discussion was a healthy discussion, and you would have understood each and everything. Tell me, guys. In the YouTube, you can just search by my name, CA Vishal Jain. Okay. Now, so that's all for the day today. From tomorrow, we'll be starting with block 1. From tomorrow, we'll be starting with block 1, and that will be the start of our classes. Okay. Today, we were just here to discuss about the how abouts or the whereabouts or the discussions about the paper, about our classes, about everything between us, the knowledge between us, the knowing each other. That's all. Is that clear to everyone? Is that clear to everyone? Wonderful, wonderful. So I will be sharing these notes as in the group. Okay. And yes, stay connected with me. The tomorrow classes, the link for every classes will be sent one day before. The Zoom link will be sent one day prior in the WhatsApp group itself. Okay. Like for today, how I shared, the IT team will be sharing from tomorrow. Okay. From tomorrow's class, IT team will be sharing the link for the lectures. I'll be sharing everything in the group, Santosh. Okay, that's all for the day, guys. Hope you enjoyed the class, and yes, see you in tomorrow's class. Thank you. Bye bye.